I got a Sidisi deck to show everybody who loves Sidisi, if there is anybody who does. But this is a Sidisi deck. Based off Delirium and all kinds of stuff. It's just crazy. Let's see what this deck has in store. What is Sidisi going to do with this deck? Obviously activate Delirium. Getting tokens on the field. Doing what he does. You know. Got all these swamps in here. Check out this choked estuary. The best land in the world. I mean, look how powerful that is. Show your opponent your lands and stuff. Look at that. Woodland Stream, so powerful, comes in tapped because it's so strong, just like Foul Orchard. Such a powerful card. Brain in a Jar, so cool, lets you scry stuff, lets you free cast your spells, you know, your instants and sorceries and such like that. You got Crop Sigil, perfect for Delirium activating and fetching stuff later on. Got Sinister Concoction, perfect for Delirium and destroying creatures. Cryptolith Right, just amazing if you know you don't have lands or you don't got specific colors you need. The best card around. That's just it's so cool at what it does. For reals though. Called the Bloodline. Such an amazing card. Gets you awesome tokens out. Activates Delirium for so cheap. How can you beat a 1/1 Black Vampire Knight? You know, you just can't. Crawling Sensation. Look at this guy. Check him out. Here, let me see something for a second. You know, I just had to do that. I just had to open that live because you really got to check Crawling Sensation out. Check this guy out. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. And whenever a land enters your graveyard from anywhere, you get a 1/1 green insect creature token. That is such a powerful card. Seriously. That is perfect for this deck. Activates Delirium. Gets you tokens, you know. Spamming the field with Sidisi's. That's just perfect. 1/1 tokens everywhere. 2/2 tokens from your Sidisi. Look at this card. Autumnal Gloom. Activates Delirium. Push it towards it. And when you do have it, he turns into a very powerful creature. Here, let me show you. Look at this beast. That is a tree. It is powerful. 4/4 trample hexproof. He's going to run over your opponent's creatures. He's not even going to be targeted. You can't counter him when he's charging at you. It's impossible. He has hexproof. Very intimidating when he's on the battlefield. Very, very good card. Lunar Force, check out this. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, I have to sacrifice Lunar Force, but it's fine because I get to counter their opponent's spell. The next spell any of my opponents cast, it screws up their plans. Screws them up completely. They have no chance when this card's out. No chance at all. Look at this. Imprisoned in the Moon. They summon their commander. They can't have their commander. Do you know why? Because you imprison them in the moon. That commander, could be a creature, land, or planeswalker, but the commander, turns them into a colorless land, and that's all. Perfect. That is all they become. That's it. A land that just taps for nothing, just pathetic. Awesome. Screws up their strategies. Cuts down their strongest thing. Look at Traverse the Ovenwald. 1 mana. Can you believe this? To search your library for a basic land card and put it in your hand, that is the most powerful thing. And if you have Delirium activated, you get to search your library for a creature or a land. Show it to your opponent and put it into your hand. How could you ask for anything more? An amazing tutor card for creatures and lands. That's such a good card. Liliana's Indignation. Very good. Lets you push towards Delirium. Just what you want. Lets you burn your opponent for each creature that got activated to Delirium. You got Sidisi out. Look at this big giant snake dude. A Naga Shaman. Look at him. Look at that strength, 3/3. No opponent's going to beat that. I mean, he can, because check him out. He's a 4/4, but that's a tree. What's a snake going to do to a tree? Okay? And this right here thing's going to burn your opponents out. And if Sidisi's out, your snake, you know, he's going to get you tokens. He's going to get you 2/2 zombies. That is such a powerful card. You know, delirium and tokens at the same time. You can't stop this madness. Fork in the road. Just what your opponent's going to be when he's versing this deck. He does not know. He's stuck. But that's okay because you're going to choose the path that he has to walk. Now see, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and reveal them. Put one into your hand and the other into your grave. Then you even get to shuffle your library. How could you ask for anything more than shuffling your library? That is the best part of this card. I'm serious. Murderous Compulsion for 2 mana. Discard effect. Look at that madness of 2. A little low cost of 2 mana. You discard this with other things. You know, you discard it upon things. Destroy target tapped creatures upon things. You know, just outstanding. You just can't get any better. Now look at this. Macabre Waltz for just 2 mana. It's insane. Just 2 mana. You could return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. Then discard a card. That's 1 mana per creature. How can you beat 1 mana per creature? You know, you just absolutely cannot. So all this discarding you're doing, you're going to get 2 creatures back. Guaranteed. You even get to discard a card to add to your delirium. Perfect. Eldritch Evolution. You know, let's say you have a stupid creature out, like this one. You know, and you want something better. So you're going to have to sacrifice a creature to go into your library for a creature who's even stronger. 2+ stronger on CMC value. That is unstoppable. This whole deck is filled with just excitement. I'm so excited right now about this. Look at these pieces of the puzzle. Look at this good card. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put 2 instants and or sorceries card from among them into your hand. That's 2 instants and 2 sorceries. That is so unstoppable. The top 5 cards of your library, they don't stand a chance. Look, Splendid Reclamation. For 4 mana, you can return every single land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That is a game changer right there, for sure. You know, if you can survive 1 more round, you probably stumped your opponent next turn. It's over with. Because when on your next turn, you can use Pour Over the Pages, probably because it's in your hand. You get to draw 3 cards, untap 2 of those lands you got. Seriously, and then discard a card to activate Delirium? How? This should be banned. It's such a good card. It should be banned. I don't care if it's only an uncommon. Seasons Past. 6 mana to return any number of cards with different converted mana costs from your graveyard to the battlefield. Or not the battlefield, but your hand. Put the Seasons Past on the bottom of its owner's library. How could you ask for anything more? You know, you got a card in there that says shuffle your library. Perfect. You can shuffle this card. It could probably go back to the top of your deck. You know, if you get lucky, you can cast it again for just a little cost of 6 mana. Then recast some cards. You know, you can just cycle over just everything. Put everything back in your hand. The only thing you got to worry about is a hand size. Turn aside. Counter target spell that targets permanent you control. For just 1 blue? Heck, sign me up for that. Unsubstantiate. 2 mana. Instant speed to return a target spell or a creature to its owner's hand. So your opponent casts a spell. You know? No, he can't do that because your hands is too fast. You unsubstantiated that card. You know, he just can't give up. He can't hit what he can't see. And he couldn't see unsubstantiate. You know why? Because this thing was in your hand and he did not know it was there. Well, now his card he tried to cast is back in his hands because his hand's too slow. Grapple with the past. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then you may return a creature or a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Delirium. Awesome. Murder. Destroy target creature. You know that big knife guy's holding right there? Check it out right there. Look at that. Look at the pain on his face. That is exactly what your opponent is going to feel. That's what their face is going to look like. They're going to look like that. This is like when you play this card, it's like Vanguard. You know, this is what is going to happen to your opponent in real life, actually. Real life. Even though you're killing his creature, but this is what his face is going to look like. And then it's going to look like this, because you broke him. Now, broken concentration, you get to counter a target spell. That's what his face is going to look like when you play this card too. And for Madness, awesome. Madness is amazing. It's really good in this deck because you can, Madness this card back from your discard that you're doing right now, to get a lifelink, a 1/1 awesome Vampire Knight lifelink for 1 swamp, and then pay 4 more to activate that. That's just unstoppable. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. Look at that. You're only paying 3 for this card. Well, check it out. They got to pay 4 for it. They got to pay 4 to counter the card I only had to pay 3 for. Screw that. Look at this Deny Existence. I paid only 3 for this. I get to counter their target creature spell. And if it's exiled, it's countered when it's exiled instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Who could ask for anything more than just just get rid of that card. Just throw it off the table, Sometimes you gotta do things. You gotta do that. Woodcutter's Grit. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains hexproof. Look at this guy. He's got hexproof. That's why he's so strong. He's so powerful. Look at this card. It gives a creature hexproof. +3/+3. Check this guy. He can have hexproof because of this awesome card. Just a low cost of 3. And you know what? I'll even throw in a free 2 to Slaughter for 3 mana. You pay just 3 mana extra, and I'll even throw in a 2 to the Slaughter. And your target opponent has to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. You got Delirium activated. That's good because now they have to sacrifice a creature and a planeswalker. 2 big giant nukes. I mean, seriously, just gonna blow your opponent's field up. Might beyond reason. Your opponent wants to attack you. They don't realize your creature secretly has 3+1/+1 counters when you got Delirium activated. 2 if you don't, but that's fine. It's not very exciting for 4 for 2, but for the 3, that is a stomping thing. Seriously. Look at this. Scour the Laboratory. Look at her looking around for her cards. She's in her library. She's trying to find out where her magic cards are. She wants to play Magic. And if she has Delirium activated, it's cool because it costs 2 less, to find out where her magic cards are. She'll find them faster. Let you draw 3 of them. That's how many she found. 3 magic cards. She's got a long, long way to go, depending especially on how many cards she has in her deck. But seriously, look at this. Jace Unraveler of Secrets. 5 mana Planeswalker. 5 loyalty. Look at this. Got Scries, Drawing, Returning, Counter Spells. You could not ask for a more stronger Planeswalker to play in this awesome deck. Now let's go on to the creatures. Here's your big giant, things that's going to push you to victory. Look at this. Pay 2 to return lands. That's awesome. Couldn't ask for anything more. Permeating Mass for 1 mana, a 1/3. Everybody loves this card. Your opponent's creatures love this card because when they meet him and they see him, they want to become him. This guy is a leader. Everybody looks up to him. They want to become a Permeating Mass. Deathcap Cultivator. It's got a Death Touch if you have Delirium. You can tap for green or black. It's pretty strong. Grim Flayer, perfect. Trample, 2/2, Delirium, +2/+2. He lets you cycle through the top 3 of your cards and then, discard some stuff, get Delirium activated. Obsessive Skinner, you're going to make your creature stronger. Very, very awesome. He likes to make your creature stronger every time it's your opponent's turn. Graph Rats, good for melding. Becomes, is a 2/1, but if you have the other guy, you got a 5/6. I think he's like Haste, Menace,